My husband and I have always enjoyed a healthy sex life, but just recently he's become cold and distant, and for the past few months he's refused to make love to me at all.
How come the dick pills?
It sounds quite ridiculous for me to say this, but we have fallen in love, even though we are both married to other people.
Yep, it's ridiculous.
My boyfriend and I are keen to settle down and start a family. Everyone says it's far too soon, but what do they know? I'm 19 and work in a bar.
It's too soon.
Yeah.
I've been with him now for 2 weeks.
What?
We texted the other day about having a baby.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Flawless plan. I think you should go for it.
These are fun. We should do this more often. I'm Adam.
And I'm Josh.
Welcome back to the Breaking Beard podcast, where this week I am in It's the same week, but I'm in high spirits this week. If you saw the last episode, let me again profusely apologise because I'd slept about 2 hours in the space of 2 days. It's no excuse, but Gaffer cracked the whip, said you got to be in. I turned up and under-delivered, but this week I'm going to try and over-deliver in order to balance it out.
Maybe last week's just gets left on the cutting room floor.
I don't know if it was that bad. It might be kind of funny. I actually, at one point, I said, if there are any sleep specialists, analyse this footage and tell me like how close to death I am. Because,
I will see. I said to George, like, there's a bit of work to do there, mate. So fingers crossed you can work your magic on that. I just said, take your time and make sure you cut everything out that we said to cut out that time, because if not, we're all in hot water.
Well, you're in the most hot water, I think.
Yeah, I think Adam's all right.
I think I was all right. Despite the sleep deprivation, I think I still maintained higher brain function.
Yeah, I forgot that we were on a podcast. Oh, well, here we are.
Well, you look better rested today anyway.
Yeah, I did. I managed to sleep 5 hours last night, which for me is all right. That's we're in the kind of... I don't want to say we're in the green, but we're not in the red, I don't think.
Bright-eyed, bushy tails. Have you found your luggage yet? Has that come back?
I got a text message this morning, which was like some automated thing, and then I got a voicemail saying, we found your luggage, but we don't have your address, despite me submitting the form.
Oh, wow.
Clearly, actually giving 2 addresses, just in case. So I told her my address, and then it took her about 3
We're
minutes
back on the lawn at the old house again?
Yeah, I don't know where it's going to end up. But
Suitcase having deja vu on grass.
Funny. But yeah, so hopefully they're the right cases that turn up.
Yeah.
I was saying the other way in, like there'd be some case full of fucking... what's that shop? Primark gear or something. Won't actually be mine. Not there's anything wrong with Primark. Anyway,
Suitcase full of narcotics.
we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, YouTube comments.
It's time for a
See how quick they...
Shit.
All right, first comment from Hen Adventures. Love this podcast, but it is concerning how funny Josh finds animals being injured / killed, etc. Bit odd.
I don't think it's the fact that he finds animals being killed. It's the absurdity, I think, of the situation. I don't think it's the death of the animal. I think we both expressed some severe remorse about killing large animals while driving, not intentionally.
Did you hear the story on the Gen podcast, though, about the seagulls?
No, like I said, I don't... Oh, what was that? Give me...
I didn't kill the seagull.
Well,
Give me
I know
like
you
an
didn't, but
abridged version.
it was pretty funny.
Jen were on about... I don't know what Jen were on about, but we talked about seagulls, and I said on ship that you can basically test for water in oil using this like solution, like this powder. And obviously, if it comes in contact with water, it expands, so the gases expand, and you put it in like this pressurized container, and it'll tell you like at what level of pressure that's how much water's in the oil. Obviously, you don't want that there because it means your engine's broken. I said that back in the day, people at sea used to give that powder to seagulls and watch them explode in the air. Because as soon as it hit the gut, it just went...
That's kind of gross, that, man.
Yeah, but I didn't kill the seagulls.
Easiest way to defend you, Josh has got a dog, so like... He's an animal
That he openly jokes about, hoping that it runs away or gets run over.
Yeah, but he takes care of it, you know. Like he's not
living his best life.
Yeah, he doesn't like hurting animals. Just for the record.
Yeah, but I've murked a couple of wood pigeons and stuff with car.
That happens, man. I killed a cat when I was younger, and it shook me up a little bit, man.
Yeah,
I just passed my test. I was like 19 or something, and this cat. The cat just ran out. But the worst part was like I hit it. Because he just jumped out from like behind a bus stop kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I hit it, and like in the rear view, I'm like, oh shit. And I could see it spinning around for what felt like about 30 seconds after I've hit it. So I'm thinking, oh man, it's probably in some... I'm not going to go back and drive over it again, but like, it's probably in...
Well, you hit and run, did you leave it?
Yeah, man, what? I didn't know what to do. I thought it's going to die. I mean, I've hit it like at speed.
When we were at college in Fleetwood doing that...
Should we just get off like...
when we were at college, right, we were living in Fleetwood doing our college work before we were in the Navy. They sent us like a marine engineering college over there, and somebody had hit a cat outside our house, and it was like, it'd obviously been dead for a while, so it like gone stiff in the curb, like next to the house. But it was a route where kids went to school. So we came out early doors and we saw it there. And I was like, well, we can't leave the cat there when the kids are going to school. So I went in, got a bin bag, put the cat in the bin bag, and then like folded it in half and like stuffed it into a council bin. Because I was like, you don't want the kids to see that.
Dignified way for the cat to go. Yeah.
But that's more important than kids seeing it.
There's a dead pheasant in your bin as well.
Yeah, but did I tell you
This
about?
is not helping you. This really isn't helping you.
Moved into a new house, went into the back garden, there's a dead pheasant.
Already there.
Pheasant?
Yeah.
I told you he was doing well for himself. Where the fuck are you living with a pheasant in the back garden?
Like Emmerdale. Anyway, yeah, he's eaten more animals than I've killed.
Yeah, true.
Truth.
Anyway, next comment from Distal Soul. One beardless podcast away from unsubscribing.
I really don't know why you do it, man. Like, I almost think that people would rather just not have one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm away.
The numbers don't lie, mate. The first gen podcast has done like
at them.
20-some thousand views on YouTube.
I get the feeling that might be the subject matter, though, because it's generally her talking about
I can't remember what the subject was.
fornication. Anyway, right. Well, I'm back, so hopefully whoever that was did not unsubscribe.
Next comment. I can't read that. Josh, love your full sleeve, mate. May I ask where and who was the artist studio who done the work? Have a great week, guys.
Let's plant that comment. I don't believe it.
Yeah, thanks, unnamed bot. Maybe it's the guy that did the tattoo. It's a guy called Adam Blakey, and he's based in New Mind Tattoo Studio in Huddersfield. So I think his Instagram's like @Adam Blakey Tattoo, something like that. If you go on my Instagram, you like type in Adam Blakey on the people I follow, and it'll be there. Very talented guy.
There's the thing about people called Adam. They are typically more talented than people with other names.
Oh, is that true? Is it?
No, I mean I would book that trend, wouldn't I?
And last comment from Watching James. Hey guys, I've started taking notes of your team videos. They are entertaining but also put together so well. Hope to try and incorporate some of your methods into my videos.
Equally sounds like a bot.
But, is that your burner account, Josh?
AI generated.
Very kind.
Cheers. Is that everything?
Yeah, that's it for the
All right,
comments.
we're done for today.
We decided that we were going to try and regurgitate a podcast from last year.
Do we?
Was that last year when we
The Royal We? I wasn't involved in this.
Agony Adam, the Agony Adam we did.
Oh yeah.
We thought we'd
Come on, man. After this last year, in what position am I to give people life advice? I'm the worst person to ask.
That's why you should.
like it's real,
Oh,
isn't
right.
it? Like we're all going through real. All we've done is complain about not being able to get into houses, divorces. George has got 12 points on
Why
his
are you pointing
license.
at me? I was never married.
Well, you know, breakups. So I think like between us, we've got some experience. Probably don't know how useful the experience will be, but here we are.
I don't deal with them positively though, so I'm not sure. Like, whatever. I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
Well, you could deal with it more positively than this one. I picked out one that's funny and it's got a funny response.
Are these like
So we don't actually have to respond
So we've got
to
some
this
online,
one.
from online, and we've got some submissions.
some actual
Yeah.
submissions?
Yeah.
So
Don't say the word submission. Like, flashbacks to Danny Mitchell.
this one says, Dear Roger, I hope you can help me. The other day I set off for work, leaving my husband in the house watching the TV. I hadn't driven more than a mile down the road when the engine conked out and the car shuddered to a halt. I walked back home to get my husband's help. When I got home, I couldn't believe my eyes. He was in our bedroom with the neighbour's daughter. I'm 32, my husband is 34, and the neighbour's daughter is 22. We had been married for 10 years. They were both naked and it was obvious they were having sex. When I confronted him, he broke down and admitted they had been having an affair for the past 6 months. What do I do? And then the response was, Dear Sheila, a car stalling after being driven a short distance can be caused by a variety of faults with the engine. Start by checking that there is no debris in the fuel line. If it's clear, check the vacuum pipes and hoses on the intake manifold. Please don't cry. New fuel pumps are not that expensive these days. Oh, that was pretty funny.
Well, first of all, that age gap is too large, man. That's wholly unacceptable. I don't know what that guy was thinking. And second of all,
I'm pretty sure you outed yourself on the last podcast as well.
No, what are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, that's...
What were the age gap?
the biggest
34, 22?
34, 22.
Right.
Yeah. I've known bigger, but I think the
That's
concern
what she
there,
said.
the concern there for me is actually it probably shouldn't be because he's probably the one in the wrong. But he's definitely the one in the wrong. The guy having the affair with the neighbor next door. Is she like? does she own or occupy the house of her own accord, or does she live with her parents?
Oh yeah, imagine
because
that.
If I were the wife, I'd be straight around there and tell the dad, and then he's probably going to get sorted out, isn't he?
Big fight on front garden lawn.
You would imagine so. That seems to me like probably not the healthiest, but the quickest solution to the problem.
In today's economy, there's not many people at 22 that's going to have their own house, so I would imagine she's living at home.
Shit, man. Like, I didn't move out until I was 29.
Really?
I wasn't able to, like, fully move out. Obviously, I'd lived out at various junctions.
Student accommodations.
Yeah, well, never, like, permanently.
Did you ever, like, rent anywhere? Like, what happened after university for you? You just lived at home?
Lived at home,
29?
yeah. So I was, I was 28 at least, or I might have been 29. 28 or 29. And I've been looking for a house since I was about 26, to be fair, but not found one. I nearly bought.
That's not a good sign for me, is it? I've just started looking.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but
It's been a few years.
collective experience between me, him, and Jen. Like, it's not.
It's terrifying now, and
not looking good,
I'm
bruv.
reasonably comfortable by comparison.
Yeah.
But actually, the first house I wanted to buy, I was kind of crushed. It wasn't really a house; it was like a duplex, but it was in. Do you know Woodlesford?
No.
No. Well, it's actually quite nice part of Leeds, near Rothwell and Alton, right?
Oh, yeah.
And there's a church there. People from Woodlesford are aware of it. There's like a little church there. And they converted it into these apartments, but they were like really kind of pretty cool, like open plan. But they kept the old church decor. And I made an offer on a house there. It was rejected, sadly. But it was like a little duplex kind of thing. So it had like 2 floors, but it was all open kind of thing.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
that make sense? But yeah, I didn't.
I was trying to give George Boy a bit of advice because he was showing some flats to me, weren't you? And there were 1-bed flats with like an open plan living area, and you were saying, "Oh, I kind of might need my own space to do like working or playing guitar or what have you." And I was like, definitely. And it was funny because somebody commented on. You said you'd like a flat, right? Somebody commented on one of our recent videos saying a flat without anybody living around you is a bungalow. Just go buy a bungalow.
I've been looking at bungalows, man.
Yeah.
There's some like that single floor living is. That's where it's at, man. We knew it when I was still attached to my former partner. We looked at we looked at one in Cawood. You know Cawood's like out towards York kind of thing.
Right. Okay. No.
And there was it was essentially a bungalow there. It was pretty neat.
Have you decided what sort of house you're looking for?
Not really. I mean, it's going to either be 1 bedroom or 2 bedrooms, something like that.
I would advise getting a terrace house rather than a flat. Because like the flats have got like
I've been
weird
looking
like
at all
laws and
sorts,
stuff
to be
attached to them,
honest.
and like rental agreements and like
George
annual.
he needs a detached man. Like if he's going to be playing.
Yeah, smashing the drums,
Yeah, man.
slapping the bass.
Well, we'll see. I'm looking at anything at the minute, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Move in with me, George. Think about it. I'll pretend like it's your house, so when you bring back the plethora of women, I'll just be like the weird old guy, like the dude from Big Lebowski, just walking around in my dressing gown, and you'll be like, "Oh, don't mind him. He's just like some old vagrant that I took in."
Squatting in
And
garage.
while
Making
you're-
breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, while you're on the smash in the cinema room or whatever. Not that I have one of those. It's not my house before anyone comments about
We've given
that.
no advice to this person, have we?
No, not really.
Yeah, get your car looked at. What's next one?
Next one. Any advice on dealing with arrogant teens in the classroom, especially this one young man who will remain nameless, who doesn't know when to shut up and listen to authority?
And that's presumably from a teacher.
Yeah.
Ah, man, just like cut them down. Like that. One thing about teenagers typically is that they are concerned about the opinions of their peers. So like, if I were that teacher, I would cook up the greatest insult, figure out what he's going to be sensitive about, and cook up the greatest insult, deliver it to him in a way which hopefully nobody. The kids around him are too daft, really, to fully understand. So you can't get in trouble with unless somebody's like monitoring your class or something like that. But just make him look like a tit in front of his peers.
That's
basically.
pretty. I think that's solid advice.
I think
that.
sometimes, from my experience in high school, when there were like troublemakers in class and stuff, if the teacher did something like that, the student would respect them more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd go with that.
That's good advice. That Agony Adam strikes.
I
again.
was gonna be, for a very brief period of time. I thought about becoming a teacher.
Fuck.
Realized
Imagine.
quickly that I would not have the patience for it. You know, I don't want to get him in trouble, but somebody I know, I'd like criminal charges pressed against him for the kid had said that he'd assaulted him, but this kid was like beating up another kid in the hallway.
Yeah.
So this person that I know, I'd grabbed him and like temporarily put him against like a wall.
But didn't use like Team Teach or like any of the official.
Like, just grabbed the guy and just get against the wall, stop it. You know what I mean? But it must be terrifying though, especially in like bad schools. I went to a really bad school.
Bring
and
back the cane.
well, steady. I don't know about corporal punishment, but like I remember teachers breaking down all the time, man, like crying and stuff. My German teacher like had a full on nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
In class one time, I felt so bad for her.
Sat in corner. 9.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think she was actually still in German mode, and she was kind of like, just like moaning to herself in German despite being English, but whatever.
Yeah, but being a teacher must be like
Kids are brutal.
I think being a teacher of primary school up to about sort of year 3, I think it'd be kind of fun. Beyond that, like when they started to become like hit puberty and then going into high school, no chance.
I think that's my dad used to say to me when I was talking about like teaching. He'd be like, "Yeah, those that can do, those that can't teach." And I don't want to level that at teachers because it is a job that I highly respect. But my dad used to kind of mock me at the idea of, even though half my family are teachers.
Yeah, my missus is a teacher.
Yeah, I can tell by like she's got that kind of sexy authoritarian kind of like.
Oh yeah, is that your vibe? Is it?
Well, coming from your wife, yeah.
See, looking at your experience, I'd say that you're similar to that first Agony Adam, to be honest.
What? Shut the fuck up. Fuck you on about?
Take a drink, move on.
All right, next one.
Poor Danielle, man, she gets some amount of jibes that you've had at her on this podcast and behind the scenes. She's
They're
never
not negative though.
No,
they're always
complimentary.
positive, and Danielle knows me well enough, I think. She's probably like secretly buzzing, like, that sounds.
secret.
I never really use that phrase, buzzing, but I think, I bet she's secretly, that's nice, Another man apart from this fucking ginger twonk finds me attractive. What's the drawback?
Anyway, how can I make my mum take me seriously and let me go out with my friends after school and at the weekend? I always have to say no because she is so controlling.
We need to know all these guys.
Yeah, we need it.
Well, I think it was a teenage girl.
Oh, we're talking 11, 12, 13, well, actually no.
High school
13.
age. High school age.
That's harsh, man. You got to let them out at that age, man. You got to experience the world.
I don't know, it's a tough one, now, like...
What, 15, 14? Maybe like 8, 9, but...
Yeah, but I mean, I think you still got to be careful nowadays, haven't you? Like, I think the world has changed a lot. Social media, perverts, all that sort of stuff.
I think perverts have been around since kind of the dawn of the species.
Have you ever watched them videos on like Facebook where they're like...
I don't even like where this is going already.
Yeah, this is not going in a good place.
When they find like...
The hunters.
The hunters. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Do you mean where they catch sex predators?
Yeah.
I wholly disagree with that entire thing.
Oh, yeah, why?
Not with the principle of, well, A, it's vigilantism, which is not...
It's to watch too much Batman.
No, it's not, like in a civilized society, that's not what the rule, like, the law and stuff has its flaws, right?
Yeah.
But it's not your response. Who are you to go around doing this? And I don't appreciate I don't think they have... the self-awareness. The fact that they broadcast means they're going to be addicted to the idea of fame.
Yeah,
and
like
views
live streaming
and
it.
stuff like that. How do you know this? How do I know? The people that watch that will believe without question that whoever they are catching is a paedophile or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they might not be. Like, have you ever seen the life of David Gale or anything like that? The real justice system gets it wrong.
That's why I like we're going down a rabbit hole here, but like the death penalty in America, right? Amount of people that have been killed on death row and then later found out that they were innocent. Obviously, there's a lot of people that were guilty, but there's so many that's innocent. That's kind of the similar vibe in it. Have you seen there's that streamer? Is it Speed or there's like an?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did a live stream doing like one of these paedophile hunts. And he had Akon come on and play like Locked Up live on the...
yeah.
Did you see it?
Was that to do with Speed? I didn't think that was...
I don't know, maybe it's not Speed. Maybe I was like... it was some live streamer.
He did, yeah.
That Speed guy was the dude we talked about before where he screamed at that kid.
Yeah.
And made him cry.
Yes, he's shouting in a baby's face.
Imagine if you were the dad. You'd had him in a, figure 4 leg lock or whatever they call it. There's some kind of special move.
I couldn't imagine what you would do if somebody did that to your child. Just screamed in the face.
Why would you... And he walks around with like security as well. What a doilum. Imagine going out with security. Can you imagine that? Anyway, sorry.
What were we talking about?
Back onto the Agony Adam.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
So how can I make my mum take me seriously and let me go out with my friends after school and at the weekend?
I think you've got to set up me and Tilly do deals. Like everything's like set up deals.
So like you do this, you have to do this.
Well, no, like just take a bit of responsibility. So like check in every hour. If you miss the check in, then the right is withdrawn until you until you're.
Very
you can tell
sensible
you're
answer,
a parent.
Josh.
That's a good answer. I was about to say PowerPoint presentation, pros and cons, but that's good. Yeah, some type of deal, compromise.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Good answer. Next one.
Good at this.
All the other children laugh at me at school and say my clothes are completely unfashionable. I feel really stupid. I ask my parents to buy me better clothes, but they say they don't have enough money. What can I do?
Right, first of all, take delight in the fact that you are almost certainly, when you get to young adulthood, you're going to be far better adjusted to real life, and you're going to be probably doing better than all those people that make fun of you. Because if you make fun of somebody in a way which is meant to be to genuinely hurt them, then I think it makes you a terrible person. And that means that your prospects in life are going to be probably pretty bad by implication. Also, it's a good time to just kind of get settled into the fact that what other people think of you is fucking irrelevant, right? Yeah. So, like, and if you truly can come to terms with the fact that other people's opinions, they don't tangibly affect you in any way, right? If you can live with that, then you're going to be far happier as an adult. I'm probably bucking that trend in that I don't normally appear happy on this podcast, but it does give you some peace if you don't care what people think.
And it took you till the age of 39 to spend money on nice clothes.
Or nick some clothes, I don't know. Yeah.
I think nowadays you can dress relatively well inexpensively.
Yeah.
You know? So when we were temporarily homeless and we didn't have a washing machine or tumble dryer, my mum took some washing for us to do, and she came up to me afterwards. She went, "How many black T-shirts do you own?" Oh, what do you mean? She went, "I hung them out and there was like a washing line full of black T-shirts. And I get these T-shirts from Pull and Bear, which I think they're about £6, and I must have 10 of them." And I said, "Do you understand how much of a simple life it is for me to go bang a pair of jeans on and then just the same black shirt every day?"
It's a classic look.
I like it fits well, looks good. Like if I'm doing it just works for everything. Any scenario that works. I said, I'm not like a minimalist, but that for me,
that's pretty minimalist.
But I'm not a minimalist, but like that works for me. So sure, like I'd felt quite.
Yeah, I don't have many like colourful T-shirts. I think kind of black just kind of goes with everything, isn't it? If you, I've started doing this thing now where I'm like, I'll sometimes like, because I have so much shit, I'll kind of
actual poo or
no,
right.
Well that too, but I'll try and pair together an outfit. Like, so for example, today I'm wearing some these Vans.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Which are, like a 6-year-old would get excited about these. But you can see the blue is paired with like a slightly darker blue.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing a blue T-shirt under this. You can't tell. But
I like it.
I just kind of thought like I make the effort to kind of
colour coordinate.
Yeah, but it just I'm like making too effort. I'd rather just like you black shirt, jeans or shorts.
Black
whatever.
does work and also doesn't work with kids. Kids that are like Tilly's age, good now. Kids that are babies, sick, snot. Like if you're holding a baby, it shows up.
Yeah, but better than white. I mean, like, unless you get a sick coloured shirt. I don't mean like good. I mean like if it's coloured like puke. Speaking
of shit, you said you would before we started rolling, you were going to tell us about one of your poos.
Oh yeah, this satanic shit I did yesterday was weird, man. It was like it actually stuck to the bowl. Like the clumps bottom? Of it were on the bottom. I don't mean like just
stayed there.
It just stayed there, yeah.
Like a coral reef.
Yeah, so I had to like save up some pee, right? Like, until I was pure like bursting, and then like just,
with force.
Because I've got this thing about toilet brushes.
Yeah,
they kind of really freak me out. Who uses a toilet brush?
Yeah,
because then you got to put the shitty brush back in the thing. So yeah, luckily it's gone now. That and a bit of bleach and.
How many wees did it take to rinse it off?
A good 5.
A good few weeks.
I was sat there drinking water. Give myself 5 Panatremia. I drink too much, but yeah, I don't. Why do we have to mention that?
What is this podcast?
I don't know. We talk about shit enough, don't we?
I don't know. So what was the advice for that one about the clothes?
Oh man, like
if they're old enough, get a job.
No.
That's
sending a wrong message, man. Be at peace with you. If your parents can't afford it, when I was young, my mum and dad didn't have a lot of money or anything, and your mum and dad are trying to do the best for you and like the family, right? So you can't hold it against them. A and B. If you've got fucking clothes on your back, be thankful for it. It sounds like a bit of a hippie thing to say, but like you don't want to like. What the fuck does it matter if people are going to mock you because your parents can't afford to give you designer gear? Then they're fucking knobheads.
My advice would be if they're like 15, 16, then this will then teach the value of money. So like if you can get a job, like I started working at 15 behind a bar. Like, yeah, it's like then you understand
Is that legal?
It wasn't.
Probably not.
Yeah. Definitely won't at Jude Rams rugby stadium. But
implicate your employer there.
The guy that employed me is dead, so we're all right.
Yeah. Bombshell. Is he all right?
No, he's dead. Is he
Is he all right?
I'm just still sleep deprived.
fuck was
Is he all right?
Well, no, he's not that well, actually.
He probably is all right now. He's dead.
But yeah, you learn the value of money so that you understand, I've got to work fucking at 15, 16 years old. I work for 3 weekends to go buy a t-shirt.
You work long enough in this life. Come on. 15.
I think it's
You shouldn't
good.
be working at 15.
Well, we can agree to disagree on that
All right.
one.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's bad advice.
Well, next one. I have a dilemma that I was hoping you could help me with.
Probably not.
I am due to get married in a few months. We went to visit a good friend of mine. My fiancé took my friend home. We were staying in a hotel. When he got back, he told me that my friend had tried to seduce him in the car. The next day, she told me that he had tried to seduce her. What should I do, and who do I believe?
Ooh, that's a question of like where your trust lies. Like, say, for example, how long have you known your fiancé? Like, any of my friends that I've known since like high school, of which I've got like 6 really strong friends, I would believe anything they told me above anyone else, you know? So there wouldn't be a question in my mind, like if one of my mates said to me, hey, Adam, this happened, I would know they were telling the truth. But I suppose that's a luxury you have with very good friends you've known for a long time. I don't know like how well he knows this guy and how long he's known his fiancé. But I think you got to, it's easy to tell if people are lying, I think. Maybe just for me.
I think you get what you said. Like, who have you known longest? Who's like, where's your gut feeling? And also how promiscuous are they both? Like, what circumstances did you get together? And what's the friend's circumstances? If she's slinging it about a bit, you know, like, then she might have wanted a bit. So like, you've got to decide.
Equally so could the man. You got to stop saying sexist shit. Last time you was talking about
How's
like
that?
It's not sexist.
I've just said which one. Like I said he could have been promiscuous before you got together. What were the circumstances? And she could be slinging it about a bit.
I think
That's
you
like
made
50-50.
Maybe I just wasn't listening, but I thought you made the implication it was more likely the woman was the one doing the seducing.
No? Maybe it was
okay.
Jen.
Maybe I was right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Do you take Jen home? Right. Probably wanted to get on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't disagree. That's hard, that though, man, because I think
You got to
lie
find
detector test.
You've got to find the cracks in the
sodium
story.
pentothal.
So that's truth serum, is
Cheek,
it?
say, hey, look, just the threat of it. Say, look, I've got some of this truth serum. If you're not hiding anything, let me bang some in there. Let's have a
I
little
don't
talk.
think that was going to go down, you know.
Man, what? If you're getting married to somebody, motherfucker, you got to know.
Yeah, but if you're questioning the person you're marrying, that ain't the person you should be marrying.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that, like, there's a... You got to get to the bottom of it. Somebody's lying.
No, you don't. Like, if you're
You've
questioning
got to go through the story of the night with both of them individually and see what they both say and try and line it up. And I don't know.
don't think you even need to-
if
I think
if someone's lying, cracks they will show.
I think
They'll
if you're having
always
to go into that much detail, you're going to be leaning towards which one you think's right anyway. And if you're leaning that way, you're going to know, in your gut, you're going to know which one's lying.
They're probably more wanting to lean towards believing their fiance for the sake of because they're about to get married.
Look, man, the first thing I'd be doing, I'd be calling that marriage off. I'd be like,
Yeah.
look, we're not getting married.
No. I'd be like, one of them's got to go, hasn't they? So you've just got to trust your gut.
Yeah, but you could be wrong. I don't think George is wrong. I think the best advice is from George. Just say, look, man, can I have a little... It's only reasonable for me to get a story from both of you. Maybe, like, take some notes, compare and contrast.
Yeah. Audio.
And then if you still can't figure it out individually, get them both in the same room and go, right, let's fucking sort it out.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
them on like... It's like Jerry Springer. Get them on Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Jeremy Kyle. That's not allowed
Jeremy
now.
Kyle.
It's not on anymore.
No, that's not a healthy way to
I
do
don't
it.
think Jerry Springer's on anymore either.
Nah. Dr. Phil, he's American. I don't know.
He's still on, I think.
Anyway, whatever. I don't know. I think you're in a world of pain there. Just kind of get out of it, man. Just go meet
disown
somebody
them
else.
both.
Oh, just become a thruple.
Yeah, true.
Like that Instagram page that we looked at.
That's always the
Did
answer.
that ever make the cut to that episode?
I don't remember that. I blocked it out.
I don't think so, you know.
Did that?
I think we cut it out.
Okay.
All right, next one.
These are fun. We should do this more often. I think we're actually giving some good advice.
You fucking psychopath.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sorry to interrupt this episode. I just want to take a quick moment to tell you about our Patreon. As you know, we don't take on any old sponsorships around here. In fact, we've only done 2 in the last 2 years. That's why we need Patreon. That's where you guys come in. Each week, we do a Patreon-only episode. Fancy going to watch Kung Fu Panda 4? Yeah.
No, I'd just call you for that, dickhead.
I'm not shagging you. Anyway, George, as well as behind-the-scenes content from all our trips abroad, all the antics, and all the stuff that we've frankly can't post on YouTube. There's a great community being built, and the money generated helps keep this sinking ship afloat. If not, George is going to have to go back to selling his ass for money.
day.
You get early access to every episode, and there's a Patreon-only episode with every podcast. Not only that, there's almost a year's worth of behind-the-scenes content for you to catch up on, and you can see all the antics that goes on whilst we're abroad. And you can ask us questions on our Patreon-only Q&As. All this for less than the price of a pint. Thanks as always for the support. Now back to the episode.
3 months ago, I met a man on the internet, and we speak at least once a day. It sounds quite ridiculous for me to say this, but we have fallen in love, even though we are both married to other people.
Yep, it's ridiculous.
He has two young children, and I have 3. Luckily, he lives a great distance away, otherwise I would be tempted to meet up and embark on an affair. My husband and I just don't communicate anymore, and every time I speak with this other extremely attentive man who makes me feel wanted and desirable, it reinforces how bad my marriage has become. I know what I'm doing is wrong, and I do still have some feelings for my husband, but I'm struggling to give up the excitement for the other man. Can you see a way forward for me?
Stop. Or leave your husband. The problem is like the situation that you're in now. Now, I don't want to come across as some kind of ethically superior, ubermensch or anything, but like what I'm saying is, you are doing something wrong. It's not wrong if you either leave your husband or leave talking to the exciting guy or whatever. Also, it's really, I speak from personal experience, it's really easy to be charming via text, not so much in real life. So you might meet this guy, he might just be a pain in the ass, he might be as big a... Because the thing is, like, about a relationship is... man, I really want my things to crack then. Is it over that period of time is like the easy part is the start because you're excited to buy each other. After 10 years, you're sick of the fucking sight of each other. But like if you care, you have to try to make it work, don't you? It doesn't always work out that way. But I'd say if you have kids, depending on their age, maybe the kids are the most important thing, and you should maybe stick around for them. Although they say scientifically that's not healthy. I don't know. I can't. That's over my head, man.
Blink-182 did say stay together for the kids.
Yeah, that's one of their worst songs, man.
That was good advice, though.
Is your holiday?
I think...
Hope you enjoyed this. You gave it all away.
You know that little monologue is right, and then can you make a reel out of it and then like fade it to like black and white, and then at the end just go, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." I think we're good. Basically, I think it's similar to the one before. If you're having, it sounds like you don't want to be in the relationship with this husband anyway, so you might as well bounce out of there. Is what it is. And then if you want to pursue this dude that's a million miles away, but at least you're like free to do so at that point.
Does it say how far away?
It doesn't say how far away.
She's in Leeds. They're in Manchester.
Just says he lives a great
That's not
distance
far.
away.
That's not far.
If you're walking, it's a long way, isn't it?
I never walked. What?
Just says he lives. Just says he lives a great distance away.
A great distance? She must be American. They fucking measure anything in any way other than using fucking metric. Understandable, comprehensible fucking units.
I saw a meme for that today. Like wooden joists, in a roof, like a joiner would put them up. In America, it said something like 2, 4, 5, 6 dicks, and it said Americans will use anything except the metric system on the side of this piece of wood.
It's fucking wild, America, isn't it? Like they're still using like ounces,
gallons,
fucking
feet and inches, furlongs.
Yeah, it was mad, but going from like I kept thinking fuck because I picked up that recently. Picked up a car in Canada, right? And they use kilometers there.
Yeah.
And then I'm going across the border. I'm like, shit. Which on the dial? What's miles? MPH? What's kph? kmph? Anyway, are there more? Do we answer that one?
I think we answered that.
Yeah, right now you're in limbo. You need to kind of pick one or the other, But I would
need to have the courage to make a decision.
Yeah, but it sounds like she's not happy with her husband, right? So I mean, just if that's not working out, man, get out of it. Life's too short.
Cool. Next one. My husband and I have always enjoyed a healthy sex life, but just recently he's become cold and distant, and for the past few months he's refused to make love to me at all. I'm 45 and he's 46, and we've been married for 20 years. I've asked him if there's someone else, but he says no, and I believe him. He says he still loves me, but the physical side of our relationship is over, as he's just not interested in sex anymore. What can I do? I still want a fulfilling love life, and if my husband can't provide it, I fear I may end up going elsewhere to find intimacy.
Got an address for them?
Out come the dick pills.
Yeah, I really need to cut these nails, actually, man. I've been in America too long.
Drugs is the answer.
Nah, because you still. It could just be the fact that could be a reduction in testosterone.
I was going to say, like, get on gear.
You know, TRT or something.
Yeah.
Could be that. Could be even something like not physical. That woman's probably thinking it's something like she's probably upset because she thinks she's not attractive to him anymore or something like that. But it could be something that, like, if he's a complicated fella, it could be like something emotional, something maybe she's not paying enough attention to him, maybe, you know, like, maybe not physically, but like maybe she's not asking him about his day and stuff like that. And like after that period of time, I suppose you want to feel valued, so it could be something like that. But just ask the guy. I think you might say there's nobody else. If that's your primary line of question, it could be something else. So at least make sure that
Good advice, that, isn't it?
fucking hell, what's going on?
No, that's 5 hours
coffee
sleep.
this morning.
5 hours sleep and coffee. A couple of dick pills. You fucking.
What do you reckon, Josh? What's your take on
I
that?
don't know. I think that's good advice. To be fair, I would probably say similar. Maybe see how he's feeling. You know, he might be a bit low libido, low. He might need some testosterone in his
Plus,
life.
like a month isn't that long. Man, shit.
How long what did it say? Just 1 month without sex.
For the past few months.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Swings and roundabouts, innit? I don't know.
Josh, you're about to go like about a half a year without him, mate. So like,
Why?
Be prepared.
What's your mum been saying?
was that a comeback? It was like fucking 5 minutes later than the comment I said. Come on, what's next?
Next one. My mum's dog attacked our postman. I tried to help him, then one thing led to another, and now I think I'm pregnant.
What? That's the whole comment.
That's the whole
I think
comment.
we need more context than that.
That's it.
It's like there's a little chihuahua chewing it. It's like, please, lady, help me. He's going to try and get my dick, save my dick. And she's like, come here. Next thing, we're upstairs.
We need like the physical reenaction.
You've had to blur that out. Any advice?
That's like a fest pit. Doesn't sound real. I don't believe
That
it.
sounds like the start of one of them films off the dodgy websites, doesn't it?
Confessions of a Postman. I don't believe that ever exists, man. I don't think.
Hey,
That
I'm
happens.
your plumber. I'm coming round to fix your pipes. Oh, please, Mr. Plumber. The washing machine's not working. My head's stuck in it. Anyway.
You know my drummer Connor?
Yeah.
We were chatting last time I saw him and he said, do you know what they should do? They should make porn videos where they do all this setup like, oh, she's got her head stuck in washing machine. And then he just takes her head out of the washing machine and the video's over. That's it.
I agree. Yeah, man.
It would actually be really popular. All right, next one.
No advice for that one then, no?
No.
No, it
Agony
doesn't
Adam.
seem real
All
to
right.
me.
Doesn't really warrant advice, does it? My boyfriend and I are keen to settle down and start a family. Everyone says it's far too soon, but what do they know? I'm 19 and work in a bar.
It's too soon.
Yeah.
He's 21 and he's got a good job in a service centre. I met him at a party on Christmas Eve. I'm head over heels in love with him and he feels the same about me. I've been with him now for 2 weeks.
Fucking what?
But I've known him for more than a month. I'm moving into his flat with him next week. We texted the other day about having a baby and know our own minds. It's what we both want. I just need an opinion from someone who doesn't know me. Am I moving too fast?
Can I go first?
Yes.
Flawless plan. I think you should go for it. Let's get some live ones in there. Get some cooking. Let's
Nah,
see what
man.
happens. What could possibly go wrong?
You can't be in love after a month, right? You don't know. I don't even know if romantic love exists, but if it does, it's not the kind of thing that occurs after that you're just excited to be in company with somebody that you're attracted to.
Lust.
Yeah. No, I don't know if it's necessarily just that. It's you can be incredibly interested in somebody and kind of besotted by them almost, right? Without being in love with them. If it exists, right? The clearest definition of what love is caring about somebody else more than yourself. So if you're taking a bullet for this fella, truly, then maybe. I don't know. But like, it's kids, man. What, after 2 weeks? That's fucking crazy. Somebody worked on me for a decade and didn't get any kids out of me. So like, come on, man. Especially that you're not even an adult. I don't think at 19.
Nah.
The amount of shit I would do at 19 that I would not get even close to now.
Here's a thing for you. I think young adults now are mentally like younger for longer because of COVID. So like I was chatting to somebody about it the other day. Like, so when I joined the Navy, I was 17, right? Just about to turn 18.
It feels like a Joe Rogan thing.
No,
I feel
no.
like you're about to go to you're the Joe Rogan.
But you
now.
think like the kids that were like in high school during COVID,
Yeah.
they lost 2 years of their life. So like they didn't really progress much in that 2 years. Therefore,
Yeah,
an
yeah.
18-year-old he's now basically a 20-year-old, or a 22-year-old is a 20-year-old, or 23 is a 21, 25 is a 22-ish. Like, I think that time has definitely been lost. You know, when I speak to parents that have got kids that are now leaving school and they're like, I just don't think they're ready because, you know, they're still acting a bit more childish. And I'm going, well, look at how much time they're lost in that, like how critical. And if you think about that amount of time, if you've only been on this earth for 15 years and 2 of it's lost, as a percentage, that's a lot. Whereas to us, old geezers, it's not as much, is it?
I feel like that is Danielle's thesis that you've stolen. Am I right?
No, I don't think so.
That wasn't her idea, and you just nicked it and repeated it on the podcast. All right, well, in that case, yeah, I'm with you, man. You've fully convinced me. I'd like to subscribe to your newsletter.
Sweet.
I'd like updates on the scientific study of this
I
particular
will continue
phenomenon.
this study, and I will post Instagram stories about it.
You're probably right, man. But like, even like people of our age, I've been pretty much the same. I would say, not the same, but like basically the same since I was about 22. But I think I was precociously developed, right? But I think most people in their very early 20s, you're barely an adult, man, at that age. You don't know what's going on. You don't have like a house, probably. You don't know what you want to do with your career a lot of the time. I think, man, like if you,
I feel like I had to grow up pretty fast, comparative to most.
Most people aren't in the Navy, are they?
No, but like, because I mean, so I was on about earlier about when did you move? When would you move into a house? We bought our house when I was 22, I think, which is like really early. But I'd been in the Navy since I was just like 17 and a half or whatever. So I'd managed to save enough money up during like trips.
That's wild.
How nuts is that?
Business acumen. That's why he's the
Fucking
boss.
nuts, isn't it? So like, our house we've just moved out of, we owned it for almost 10 years.
It's mad that.
Mad, isn't it?
All right, no need to brag.
That's not. I'm fucking up.
Well, that kind of ties in fairly nicely with some of the Instagram submissions that we had.
Oh, we've had some. How many have we had?
Not many. We put it on last night.
6.
That's more like.
Some people don't really understand the idea of agony ant, though. So,
Well, you could forgive them. It's not. Like it's a
but this one ties in with what we were just talking about. Someone said, "What's one piece of advice that you give to your 18-year-old self?"
Fucking hell. Start YouTube early. Could have got out of that fucking tip by the time I was like in my mid-20s. That said though, that did kind of forge me a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Having to be like the boss of people, if you can imagine that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to trade that part maybe.
It's weird,
but I still would have started a few years
The
earlier.
butterfly effect, you can't go back, can you?
Spend more time with family. Don't. I would say don't let your career or your own like exploits be an excuse to not see members of your family. It's the most important thing in life. That's what I tell myself.
That's good. That I think mine would be
Don't buy a house.
don't buy a house at 22. This is like it's sort of like corny and too easy to say it, but like be like patient, you know. Because like you're always like, and now I'm still in a rush, but everyone's in a rush always to progress whatever it is. Corporate ladder, like do this, do that, grow a fucking YouTube channel or a podcast. Everyone thinks overnight success, and it's like 10 years of graft, but the last 2 years is actually making money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's the reality of it.
And it's also not just progressing for the sake of progressing, but also being able to sustain that progression.
But also like try and enjoy the process, or like enjoy the process.
Enjoy the journey.
Yeah, like because I know I can sit back now and go, when I started doing this is exactly what I wanted to be doing now. But as you sit here now, you go, wow, I wish we could get the podcast to 100,000 subscribers or 200,000 or have this guest on or that. We are living. I am now living what I wanted to set out to do. So sort of take stock of the moment.
Yeah, that's how you learn stuff.
You were 18, looking at what you're doing now.
Oh, it's wild,
You'd
mate.
be like, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's nuts. So you've got to try and take stock as well. Yeah. Have you got any advice at the ripe old age of 25?
I don't know.
Don't speed.
Yeah, watch your speed.
Tell yourself not to speed and don't get chlamydia.
What?
I've never had chlamydia. I don't know what you're talking about.
What was it? VD?
Nothing, mate.
Syphilis? It was one of
Clean as a
them.
whistle, mate.
It was one of them.
Clean as a whistle. Anyway,
Fucking random that.
another one. Would it be
Moved on too quickly there.
Would it be considered creepy or chivalrous to travel 5,000 miles to take a girl out to dinner?
That's super creepy, man. Do the cricket sound.
It's coming from BeardMeatsFood's account.
Oh, shit.
Have you, lad, you've been hacked.
I've been hacked.
You've been hacked. I can see it on the show notes.
Fucking hell.
If I were you,
Go then, boys.
if I were you in your position of
What the fuck are you on about? Me? It's not me.
Oh, sorry. If I were eating YouTube in a rush to go everywhere when there's nothing to do, I would say take a week off, fly yourself all business class once you've got your bathing ape shit back. All hypothetical. And I would fly to Vegas and go for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your advice, George?
I'd say like my advice for that would be like, that's too far.
Yeah.
We were joking about that guy coming from Ireland to take my sister out on a date. You know? That's
Yeah,
what's
but
like
you know,
400
you
miles.
know when money's no object, like.
But I think
Well, money is an object to some people, including me.
I think with the old interweb now, the world is such a smaller place. There's people from all over the world that would enjoy this person's content. Therefore, like you could strike it off as a business trip. Like, I think there's just so many layers to winning this. Like I think you've got to go for it, right?
Shut up, you fucking dweebs. What's next?
All right, next one. How to get back on the dating scene after being single for 9 years.
Fucking hell.
You're only just getting back on the dating scene for 9. What have you done for 9 years?
I don't fucking blame the guy. Why are you looking at me? That's not me.
No, I'm just saying, what's this guy done for 9 years?
Probably just enjoying some fucking peace. You know my barber
For
went-
9 years?
Yeah, you know my barber, right? He's kind of like I don't say born again Christian, but he's fully into like religion now, which is very cool. Like I love the fact he's enthusiastic about something. And he's a great barber. But he went to this like whole retreat thing, with like monks, you know, like in a castle, like in a mountain somewhere. And he's like, I'm going back, man. Do you want to come with me? And I'm like, Kieran, if I come with you to that thing, I am never coming back. Right? That's what I'm scared of. You're probably just enjoying some peace, man. Like, you know, when you're like in a relationship or like you're dating people, you got to think about other people's wants and desires and like what's wrong with them and what's right with them, and mostly what's wrong with them. And you have to think about it, and it like bugs you and it keeps you up and stuff. You know, especially if you are like at some level sensitive to other people's needs. If you don't think you're the center of the universe, whereas if you're just single, then you don't have to worry about that. You only have to worry about like occasionally feeling like shit. I'm a little bit lonely.
Yeah.
Right, but like that'll pass, man. Just get on some like gear, lift loads of weights, eat loads of food, get a YouTube channel, buy some cars. No, I don't know, man. Like, I think if you've been out of it for 9 years, don't get back into it. For me, celibacy.
Don't get back into it. I don't know.
Maybe I'd say like just dabble, and if it's still shit, bounce back out for another 9 years.
You know what? This isn't our
9
area of
years is a long
expertise.
time.
George, you have to give the advice here, man.
True, I'm
9 years is too long, really.
Like, you can't do anything about that. Give him some advice or her some advice on how to get back into it.
How to get back into
If you
it.
watched last week's episode, we set up a Bumble account, however it was called.
Just friends and mutual friends. Don't fuck about with the online dating shit.
Oh?
On Jen's podcast, we set up an account for you.
Not really.
Shut the fuck up.
Not actually.
So George is saying don't fuck about with dating
Don't
apps.
fuck about with dating apps because that'll just make you more depressed.
Yeah.
If you've been out of it for 9 years and you come back to that, that's just going to make you not want to ever get back into it. So just mutual friends, just go out, be sociable, hang out with your mates, and just go out and enjoy yourself. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
That's age contingent though, because if this person's been out for 9 years, that probably implies that they're at least in their 30s.
Yeah, doesn't mean you can't still fucking go out and enjoy yourself.
No, but the dating pool is heavily reduced.
Speaking from experience.
Well, just statistical, isn't it?
Oh.
How many 30-year-olds do you know that are single? I'm literally the only single 30-plus person I know.
Or go live abroad to a different country where, because you're English, all the women will fancy you.
That's a total myth, that, man. The Hugh Grant effect has been severely diminished because Hugh Grant is now old and his best films are behind
Best
him.
thing you can do is just not even think about it and just live your life and just do what you enjoy to do. And if you find someone along the way that also enjoys those things.
One day, a
then
postman will end up on your doorstep
Exactly.
getting attacked by a dog, and you never know.
You know what's easy for George to say? 'Cause he's always taking some new woman out, man. There's about 7
yeah?
women on the go.
Yeah, 12 points, 12 birds. That's George, isn't it?
Okay. And that's
George's fucking dating criteria. Can you drive? Yes, I'll come pick us up.
pretty much it for the submissions that
That wasn't
readable.
6.
Yeah, well, the others aren't really readable.
What do you mean they're not readable?
Well, one just doesn't make sense.
Right, well, let's try and unpick it. We've got time, haven't we?
No, don't pick that. I've just read them. Don't pick
No,
that. We'll move
not
on.
gonna.
Yeah.
Okay. How bad are they?
Not
You
bad,
got to show
but-
them to me. Then. Can I see
Yeah,
them?
they're not that bad. I just don't think they're just one-liners that we can't really help with.
Just a bit like Yeah.
Fat Man Scoop's dead.
Alright, don't jump ahead. Fucking hell.
Did you know Fat Man Scoop died?
Well, clearly not.
I logged into Twitter the other day and I saw, like 12 decapitations, a couple of airstrikes, and then Fat Man Scoop dying on stage. That's pretty much Twitter at the moment.
It's just a fucking war zone, that thing.
It's
It used to be
absolutely
my favourite of all of them. It's hard to pick that
purposely
out,
don't log in anymore because you don't know what you're going to get. Just like off the bat, the first something you're going to see is going to be a dreadful.
Yeah, I very rarely ever post. I think the last 3 videos, apart from, I think I posted the recent one, but before that I'd not posted links to videos or anything because it's just like, I went on there and I saw a guy get his head blown off by a malfunctioning rocket launcher. But it was like, I opened it. First video it starts auto playing, and it's just the guy goes, and his head explodes. I'm like, I don't want to see that, man.
It's absolutely wild.
Anyway,
At least on Instagram and stuff, when you're scrolling through Reels, if there's something that's like...
It'll say like preview.
It'll have a thing saying, do you want to watch this? And then you have to click it.
I mean, I suppose it does align with the whole like freedom of speech or what have you that Elon Musk's trying to do. However...
No, but when it's fucking graphic, people getting killed.
it's bottom of the barrel. Engagement farming, man, is what it is. It's just people that want attention for sharing these videos that some morbid people maybe want to see them. I don't want to see them.
No. But yeah, back to Fat Man Scoop. Poor fella, he was on stage. I had to educate George, by the way. I had to play the song, like
the one Fat Man Scoop song.
How good was that video? Do you remember it? Like the little head, the little cartoon head.
It had its. I don't want to say it's good, but it had its charm.
Yeah, but I had to educate George. My barber didn't believe that you didn't know who Fat Man Scoop was.
Never heard it.
Fat Man Scoop. I don't know what he said after that. He said some shit about being affiliated with a gang.
Anyway, it's not
on
here.
the New York Transit line.
If this train goes off the track,
pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Boom. And I'm pretty sure it goes, who's fucking at night? Who's fucking at night? Who's fucking at night? Hey, who's I think that's how it went. But R.I.P. Fat Man Scoop. But he did die on stage, which I thought were pretty like rock and roll. Like he was, it'd be like you dying doing an eating challenge. You're doing what you want to do. If
I died doing that, man, you need to just make up some cover story.
Well, he died. Do you understand what I'm saying though? Like he was doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I get it. I don't want to go that way. But like,
all right, okay.
He, what did he die of then? Like,
I'd Google it, George. He collapsed, and I would imagine some form of cardiac arrest.
Poor geezer.
I know. But I mean, when did that song come out? Maybe 15 years ago. So if he's been living the Fat Man Scoop lifestyle for 15 years.
What's the Fat Man Scoop lifestyle? He's got one song. He didn't retire on that, did he?
He probably did, yeah.
On the one song?
He's like a hype man, isn't he? He'll just been like going... He'll been just going to different concerts with different like artists coming out in the middle going, who's fucking a died? That'll be like his line, you know?
Cause of death has not been revealed to the public yet.
You would imagine if he collapsed,
he just collapsed,
probably something CV related, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean curriculum vitae, I mean obviously cardiovascular. Well, R.I.P. Fat Man Scoop. I remember being in Faliraki of all fucking places and that song being like massive.
How long ago did it come out?
There must be like... It's got to be more... It's got to be... That's got to be nearly 20 years old, if not
14 years ago. It says it was...
That can't be right, man.
Full length 14 years ago.
No, that's not when it was released, though.
That was when the video was posted.
Yeah.
It's definitely... That's 20 years old, that song, man. I'm telling you. It's got to be, but like approximately by
when was Fat Man?
Just look at his discography, man.
How do you find that?
Just Google Fat Man Scoop Wiki, then look at discography.
Your wiki says that you're like 4'6" and...
I know, but it's going to be right for some
from Barnsley. It's like, it's not correct. All right, no, that's not the one.
It's probably not that relevant when the song came out. I know, if this were like the Big Fact Hunt, I would be guessing almost precisely 20 years ago. 19 or 20.
Should we play the Big Fact Hunt?
Play it.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Big Fact Hunt.
Okay. Depending on the last episode, one of you...
I won the last week.
You won the last week.
So we should be...
Right,
I should be ahead now.
Well, Jen did yours, so you...
Oh, what? Nah, come on.
Someone's got to take over. So, I think you're all right. I don't think you'll get the forfeit this week.
What is the forfeit?
I don't know. We had a few ideas, didn't we?
Did we?
Did
what were the ideas?
Loser has to come in the nud.
1999.
Podcast in the nud.
1999.
Yeah. That's when it came out. Oh, that was weird. Do the maths on that.
That kind of sounds too early.
That was on Wikipedia.
Or maybe it was just still in rotation a couple of years later. Yeah, that's probably about right.
Okay, so who wants first question?
Me.
Okay.
Was one of us lose today?
No,
Oh, right, okay.
I don't think so.
Fucking shitty spot.
Well, I don't know because we edit that far in advance, so I don't know where we're at on the scale yet. Right. The line "to be or not to be" comes from which Shakespeare play?
Romeo and Hamlet. It's got to be. I only know two, so I'm going to say it's Hamlet because the other one's got to be Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Yeah, because there's only one line in each of those plays.
Hamlet.
That's correct.
Well done, mate.
I'm an educated man.
Fuck me, amount of Shakespeare to read at university.
I'm surprised that wasn't his question.
Well, because he'd know it.
Oh,
Too
right.
easy.
Yeah, it's that one.
Adam, what is the French word for cheese?
Fromage.
Easy. This
Fuck
was like
you.
Trivial
Do
Pursuit.
you know what the French word for share is?
Share.
Yeah.
As in share the artist,
Sharing.
or-
No, no, because that would be share, wouldn't it? You fucking. Do you know what it is?
No.
It's partage.
Ah. Do you know what the
Partage.
French word for butterfly is?
No.
Papillon.
Oh, I did know that. That's fucking
Papillon.
the film, yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what it is in German? Schmetterling.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what German for knife is? That's from the Austria video.
Or Toolscheibe.
No. Messer, man.
Mezza, yeah.
What's Toolscheibe? Is that a pen?
I don't know. Like
We're
German.
off back to Germany.
Isn't German
sure
just like the
that's
most
bad.
hideous language? At the risk of
It is
offending
awful.
Germans, it just sounds so aggressive. I had to do it in fucking school for 5 years, and I hated it so much. It came out not a little. I could speak maybe a couple of words of it, you know.
I can't believe we're going to have to go. We're going back to Germany 4 times this year. That's more than you've been to America. They'll be questioning us again on border, won't they?
Nah, because it's the European Economic Working Area, what they call Schengen zone, right? And we're going back to watch a UFC fight.
Yeah.
I mean an octagon fight, which is like an MMA fight thing.
Right, shall we do Beard's Challenge Rewind?
Oh gosh, yeah.
This better be like a. This is such a shitty section, man.
This is a great
It's not.
section.
It is because it's like.
People like to hear about your experiences.
Just go, like if George just says it,
a
right,
bit
then I'll just
behind
say
the scenes of
go
it.
watch the. Yeah, I mean I could tell you about it. I just think to me it's not really that interesting. Oh, so yeah, go on anyway. I don't want to shit all over it.
It's not all about you, mate.
Except for this bit is.
No hella sus DMs this week either. It's not been a week. I've had some sus DMs, but I've not sent them on.
Well, we
What,
can
from
always
Las
put them on
Vegas?
Patreon.
No,
Look at little smile twinkle in his eye then. No.
why would they be sus?
I don't know.
Right.
That's fucking disgusting, George.
Shut the fuck up. So, Josh, you've got them in front of you. The first one, attempting the Mount Nachismo challenge from Man v Food.
What we're rewinded to 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because he said don't do any
I
old
meant like
ones.
just don't do. I meant you
Here
can do
you go.
old ones, but just like where I'm in an actual restaurant.
Is that a Peloton?
Yeah, there was an exercise bike in the room.
Do you use it?
Just tell me if you like this little bit of after the. Nice bit like masking. What you reckon?
I like that, yeah.
Nice, wasn't it?
You went through a section of doing that before, didn't you? And then you stopped doing it, and then you started putting it in the sky. I feel like I've seen that before.
I've fully like perfected the sky thing now. I've got this diffusion plug-in,
Right.
And I've fully like it's not yet, but like the videos from the last trip, there were a couple where it looks actually it's like I look sexy.
Did you have any digs at the old Adam Richmond in this?
Probably, yeah.
Go on, tell us about this then. What's the challenge?
It's just it's kind of hard when you play the video though.
Sorry, I'm looking at it.
It's a really famous challenge in a place called Ann Arbor in Michigan, which is like a college town kind of thing. And there's a place called Tio's Mexican. They have this thing they call Mountain Machismo, which is just a big mountain of nachos with stuff on them. You know, nacho cheese, guac, sour cream, the kind of usual stuff you'd expect. and I think you get an hour to finish it. I could be wrong. But I really just did that one because it was featured on that show, Man v Food. I've never seen the episode, so legitimately going in there, people think I'm having a dig. I'm not. I didn't know if he had done it or not.
How long ago had he done it?
Oh, like
it's been around a while.
I mean, that show
16 years or something. And they've been doing the challenge, I think, for 20 years. I think the owner said. But it's got the nachos were so solid that it was not an unenjoyable meal, right? The stuff that was on top was nice, but the nachos were so solid. By the end, I was like, oh. It's not really that difficult. It's like 5 pounds of nachos with stuff on top, right? And they put a lot of stuff on top, so they're easy to eat.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of time to do it. So I think a lot of people could do it. I don't think only maybe 9 people have done it, something like that. They told me. But the nachos are so salty by the end, I'm like, oh, my calves are swollen up, and it was they were crazy, especially at the end.
I was going to say, what do you do to try and like flush that out after the fact? Man. You just
suck it up,
enjoy it.
But that's
like
one that
cramping and stuff.
Yeah, cramps normally like caused by a lack of sodium.
Oh, is it right?
Rather than a surplus of it. But the thing about it is like you want to drink water, right? For obvious reasons. But because of that, then you retain so much fluid. The next day after that, I looked 10 pounds heavy. I probably was 10 pounds heavy, to be fair. But because you retain it all, you look so fluffy.
What's the in the calculation? Like every gram of salt, there's like 5 grams of water attached to it.
4 mils of water or something like that.
It's weird. There's like a calculation, isn't there?
It might be even more than that. I can't remember what it is, but there is like a general catch-all calculation of it. But yeah, so it's a cool challenge. The staff are really nice there, and I had some rice pudding afterwards. Tom Aspinall would have loved it. Yeah,
nice, isn't it?
Nice, isn't it?
That's one of them challenges. You know, when we go filming, and you say to me, "What do you think?" I go, "Yeah, it looks easy, that mate." It comes out, and it's just endless.
The amount of times you've said that to me, like, "Oh, yeah, it looks." But you did the opposite on the last one we filmed. You thought, "Oh, it looks hard," this, and it came out, and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, true. I've made my gauges off. This took you 24 minutes?
Yeah.
Did Adam Richmond finish it?
Apparently, yeah. But he also finished that one I did at Lucky's in Chicago and did it like 20 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, because they're 3 regular sandwiches, not like £3 each.
Nice little challenge out there. On a scale we should rank it on a beardometer of like easy to hard, 1 to 10. You just farted or something.
No, you said hard.
Where does it rank on the beard scale?
It's not hard. It's doable by. In my opinion, it's one of the more doable ones. So it's kind of surprising to me. The guy told me it'd been done like 9 times. I don't know if that's true or like because you never know like how well the guy had not worked there for 20 years.
Right.
So I don't know, but I'd give it like difficulty like 5 out of 10. But it's hard for me to say because like
we can start his own website. You know, like Randy's got his like foodchallenges.com. We can do like beardchallenges.com.
It's probably on there. Like, it's on there. It's be like a 3-star one.
It's got 5 beards on it. 5 beard ranks. Ding ding ding. All right, cool. At least now we know.
So we've got that one, and I also thought it'd be good to add you get free beers for the night if you can conquer this giant pie.
The pie.
I don't need to rewatch that one.
I don't. That requires its own little section, man. That was just a cool thing. That's not that long ago. I'm sure people remember that one. You get free
a crude video for those that
a video with
do
a
not
crude.
know.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop saying crude because it sounds like crude's in CRUDE. Yeah, it was.
Explain that challenge to us.
It was so this place called Blackfriars in Salford, and they serve this pie which is meant to be shared for like 6 people or something. But then they started saying that if you can finish this solo, you get your drinks paid for the night. So I saw that. Well, a bunch of people sent it to me. I thought that's an interesting little take, and we could do like a little hangover montage at the end of the drinking and whatnot.
Oh dear Lord!
But I knew that for that type of video, that required it would be best delivered by a crew. And people still argue the point on that, but that's non-negotiable. I mean, to me that's the best. Not the most viewed, but it's the best video on the channel for entertainment value. There's so much in the way of interactions with people that I couldn't have captured by myself. Probably be done after 3.14 drinks. You get it? Pie, 3.14. But yeah, it's cool, and it's like, you don't get the pie free. I think the pie's like, was it 60 quid or something? It's expensive.
80 quid, 85 quid.
It was delicious though. It was really, really tasty. But I suppose the thing that you're going for is to try and recoup that on alcohol thereafter.
How many? It was the foods. It was the best smelling food challenge I've ever been to. The restaurant itself has got a couple of rosettes. So like they're like just under a Michelin star. I spotted them on the wall. The chef, or like,
he's really good,
however that works. Can you explain how many lamb shanks there were in the?
Was it like 5 lamb shanks?
It was something ridiculous, wasn't it? But again, that was one of them where I said to you, "Yeah, easy this, mate," and then it came out, and you were like, "Are you dense? Are you as dense as this pie?"
Yeah, because that's the thing with the pies. There's no air, right? It's not like, so if you get nachos that'll look the same size as that,
Yeah.
it's all air. That's just that's chock full of like all the root vegetables and stuff like that. Luckily, it did taste really good, so it was, there was no point where I was like, I'm getting sick of this now. And that's like a big factor, because sometimes if a lot of food channels, not a lot maybe, but in England, a lot of them taste like shit. And I'll just try to say something nice about them, and you just like, after, like a pound, you're thinking, I'm done with this now. But that was one of those where,
Our friend Kate Ovens completed it as well, right? She went out there after you put that video out.
Yeah, it's funny. Was that back in, because she told me that she had WhatsApp messaged me saying that she was going to go do it.
Yeah.
And because she was asking like if you'd be available to film it, I think.
That's right, yeah.
And you weren't. And I was thinking was I going to America the day after?
You must have been, yeah.
Because I said I would have done it. Like if she had told me before and I wasn't going somewhere, I'd have gone and just like shot it for her. But yeah, she said it tasted good as well. And yeah.
Where does that rank on the beardometer scale then?
Oh, that's hard to say, man. That's certainly more difficult than nachos. Probably maybe like a 6 out of 10.
And you did the sides as well, so you've ramped up to a 7.
Yeah, I forgot you didn't actually have to do the sides. Yeah. So yeah, maybe with the sides. But it's hard to say because it all depends on what you like and how affected you are. But an average person could not do that.
No.
Like you'd have no chance. Not an average, like an Eddie Hall or like a strongman, they're not going to be able to do it. Right? So it's not one of those that you can just turn up to and
Me and Eddie Hall
have a good chance at it.
Basically the same person.
I'm just trying to think of people with elevated caloric need.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
an athlete, aren't
Tom
you?
Aspinall. Rasputin's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not got any chance. You see him eating those chicken wings? Oh my God. Offensive.
Right, shall we wrap it up with a fest pit?
Yeah, man. And then what, Patreon?
Then Patreon.
I feel like we've already done fest pit.
And I was thinking that myself.
It's because we did those submission thingies.
A fess on behalf of the 80-plus-year-old bloke sitting in the doctor's reception. He played a video on his phone and it was that really loud sex noise prank. His wife was furious. It was fun watching him explain it to her whilst the rest of us watched on. Apparently it was his mate Tony's fault.
That's funny, that.
It's easily explicable, that one, isn't it?
I think everybody knows that sound now, don't they?
It depends on your age, but it would be easier to say, hey, look,
Yeah.
Sharon, here's the people play this video. This is the actual
Honestly,
video.
love, I thought Van Nistelrooy were getting signed back to Man United, so I clicked on the clip on Twitter and it started moaning sound.
Yeah.
That's why I always got cut out of it anyway.
I'd always be alright because everyone knows I don't watch porn, so I'm cool.
Claim to fame.
Alright.
Somebody get that in his wiki bio as well.
Yeah. Fucking.
Last one, I only got 2 of these. The plumber working in my house told me he follows Fesshole, so hopefully this finds you well. The dildo I saw you sniffing that you found in my wardrobe isn't my wife's, it's mine.
There's a lot to unpack there. Why are you sniffing a dildo, man? Even if it's like, there's just no circumstance where I'd ever sniff a dildo.
Have you ever seen them videos where...
Is that just me, or...?
Have you ever seen them videos where there's
not
people
just-
blindfolded and they're sat on a chair and there's like somebody with a watermelon and they've put like chocolate
like
in
where
it.
this is
This screenshot that Mike sent in where it's like a YouTube thumbnail. It's like, dildo or real dick.
Do you know what I mean? Though? Have you not seen these videos where like there's somebody sat on a chair blindfolded and they've got the hand, somebody will put the hand in a watermelon covered in like Nutella, and then they pull the hand out and the hand's like covered in what they think is shit, and then in front of them's like a donkey, and they think they've just put the hand.
No, Josh, I've never seen that.
Have you
Seems
seen
like
that?
a lot of...
No.
I guarantee people will have seen these videos on like Instagram and they don't actually put the fist up a donkey.
No, I get that.
All right, okay.
So they make them think that they have.
Yeah, same thing, innit? He thought he'd like onto like the wife still there.
I know a watermelon if I felt it.
That's what you've
Would you know a donkey's ass if you felt it?
It
No.
would be warm though, wouldn't it? So you would know the difference. You would imagine like a donkey's ass would be like
They
red.
might have heated the watermelon up, but I'm still, if I'm touching watermelon, I know it.
Yeah, but covered in Nutella?
Yeah, still.
Do they put a peg on your nose so you can't smell it?
I don't know. Don't think so.
I'm going to say if that was...
It's just a prank.
I'm watching
do
this,
that,
the
you'd
donkey
know.
kicks out when you're blindfolded. There go your teeth.
That's another one in the bag.
That's a weird way to end an episode.
Yeah, very strange.
He's actually got some notes together for Patreon as well, so we've actually got a good Patreon section.
Holy
Kinda.
shit.
Kinda. Don't
Right.
get too carried away.
Thank you, everybody, for... hopefully, this was definitely... But I think last week's episode, I know we've referenced it a few times, needs to be left on the old cutting room floor, to be honest.
Maybe doing 2 in a week isn't so bad.
Maybe just Adam sleeping beforehand.
Yeah, it was just the sleep thing.
Oh, your sniffing salts are being delivered today.
Sniffing salts.
I actually ordered them, yeah.
You did, yeah. You complained that it was 15 quid for a lifetime supply.
I don't think they
Seemed
lifetime. I
expensive.
think they expire.
Yeah, obviously they do, and they don't last forever because you're snooking them, aren't you?
Yeah, but you're only snooking the vapours, not the actual salt.
Yeah, but they're gonna
Not
go-
racking lines and chopping it up.
Catch you next week. Thanks.
Peace.